Yali Madad, once again, we will continue our Jamaat Khana and rites and rituals. So we just finished talking about Hai Zinda and Kayam Paya. So what is the next thing we do when we walk into Jamaat Khana? Normally we go straight to Mukhi Sahib and do our dua. Some of the question that comes up once in a while, should we always go to Mukhi Kamdiya, and what about the other parts? Other people sitting in other parts. Sometimes night school, Mukhi Kamdiya, the children are sitting on part. Who should we go to? Remember, everything depends on your intention. What is your intention in this? What is your niyat? What are you looking for? What are you about to do? If you understand that part, then it really does not matter who is on the other side of the pot. If it's a Mukhi Sahib, Kamare Sahib, one of the other member or previous Mukhi Sahib, Kamare Sahib, or a small child,
Nice.
it does not matter. Because it is you and your niyat, your intention, and your talking to your imam. That's what it matters. Now come and see what we are doing. While we are standing in the line, please do not talk. That is your time to have a conversation with the imam. That is the time to ask for forgiveness. ये वो वक्त है कि जब आपको बातें नहीं करनी है लाइन में, आपको उस वक्त अपने मौला से बातें करनी है, अपने गुनाहों के ऊपर तवज्जो देनी है और गुनाहों की माफ़ी मांगनी है पाठ पे जाने से पहले. So we must be reflecting on ourselves and what we are about to do. Because if we don't do that, and we just get to Mukhi Sahib and quickly just say, whatever, then come back and sit down, in my humble opinion, we just wasted our 1 minute, Mukhi Sahib 1 minute, and the dollar too. We just lost that money because we did not receive anything in return. And as a businessman, when we put $1, we want $100 back. Meaning, we are there to receive something. We are there to receive something, not just to waste our time and Mukhi Sahib's time. So what we should be doing while in the line is to reflect on ourselves. What sin are we asking for forgiveness? Have you ever thought about that? Because normal people think, I didn't do anything wrong today. I have not even sinned today. I was sleeping all day. How can I sin? Or especially in the morning. I was sleeping all night. How can I sin? But we are there asking for the forgiveness of our sin. We should try to remember. And there are so many sins, and those sins that we don't even remember and know are the most dangerous sin of all. Which happens where? In our thoughts, without saying a single word. In our action, without saying a single word. What are those sins? We look at something and we dislike. Or we look at somebody and think of something wrong. Just for a second, just for a split second. We look at somebody and say,
Judge.
That's it. We judge somebody. Now, what else? The things that we did not do, not the things that we have done. Now think about this. Those sins which we have done, we know, and it is easy to ask forgiveness for. But the sin for the things that we don't even know are the sins, the things that we did not even do. the things we were supposed to do, which was what? Follow the farman of the Imam. Remember me every 5 seconds. Did we remember Imam every 5 seconds today? I was so busy, I forgot Malaba for 12 hours solid. He wanted me to remember. So what did I not do? I did not follow his farman today. I was supposed to help somebody, not just help myself. I was supposed to help somebody else today. Have I thought of somebody else today? Did I help somebody today? What good did I do today? And it does not matter what you did for yourself. It only matters what you do for others. That's what Malapa said, right? It doesn't even matter what we do. So if you are working all day for yourself, that doesn't even count. Only good deeds that counts is the one you do for somebody else. What did I do for you today? Not what I did for me today. If we think like that while we are standing in the line, and then when we get to Mukhi Sahib, there is no way that we will not have tears in our eyes. Because we will be so shameful at that point. Pashemani hogi. We will reflect on ourselves, all the things that we could have done today, and we wasted the whole day without any good deeds. We will be so sorry that tears will flow from our eyes. And it's okay. It is honestly okay to have a tear or two in your eyes while you're saying, I'm sorry. Not just with the dry eyes, with the dry thoughts, with the dry heart. No, it is okay to shed a tear or two while we are saying, I'm sorry. The second thing that I would emphasize, while you're doing your dua, after you asking for forgiveness, pray for others, not for yourself. Pray for others. Because when you pray for others, one time, Imam returned that favor to you 100 times. If you are a businessman, and if you understand the business, you don't want that $1, you want that $100. So when you're praying for yourself, you're getting $1 for $1. That's not a good business. What you really want to do is, you want to pray one time and get 100 in return. Only way to do that is when you pray for others.
Wow.
And there are some words that you can use. For example, Ya Mola, forgive the Hazir Jamaat and entire Jamaat. And then, and only then, if you have a second or two for this humble and Garib moment, then pay a little bit attention to me too. How humble that would be if you do that. But you are emphasizing, Ya Mullah, forgive the sin of all the Jamaat. There's no compromise there. But don't ask for yourself. Then you tell Mullah, remember, Imam can be your friend. Then if you have a second or two to pay attention to this humble moment, then do pay attention to me too. Remember, you didn't ask for anything. Just you asking for his attention. That's all you're asking. It's just like a child asking mother to pay attention to him or her. You know, sometimes children just need attention. They really don't need anything. They're not hungry or thirsty. They just need parents' attention. That's exactly what we're asking of Malapa. As a child, we want your attention, Malapa. Just for a second or two. And only if you have a time. Otherwise, your top priority should be the Jamaat. Jamaat is your top priority, not me. I'm not your top priority. Because I'm nobody. If I'm nobody, then what does parent do? Think of a parent that has 4, 5, 6, 7 children. I know in today's time is not thinkable. But think about that parents have multiple children. Who does parent give most attention to? The most weakest child of all. That's the child gets most attention. Because parents understand कि ये बच्चा जो है ना वो अपना खुद का कर लेगा. But the younger child or the weakest child needs my help to move on to the next level. That's how parents work. So if you are that weak link in the family, Mola will pay attention to us. But we need to say that I'm nobody. Then Imam will make us somebody. But first action comes from us. Now there's another question that most people ask. If Imam knows everything, why do we have to ask? Right? Imam knows everything. We don't have to ask him anything. That is true. You don't have to ask him anything. But Imam likes for you to ask. He likes it. Meaning, we are here to make him happy. We are here to make him happy. And what makes him happy? When we say we are nobody and when we say we need this. He likes it, so we do it. Just to make him happy for his pleasure. Of all the tasbihat in Quran, there's one tasbih, Rizwan. Rizwan, the pleasure of God. The happiness of Imam. We are asking for nothing but the happiness and pleasure of Allah. Whatever makes him happy. If that's what makes him happy, then we ask. Because that's what makes him happy. Like a child. What does child do for mom to have a milk? He cries. When child cries, mom gets the milk and she brings it to the child, feeds him. But he has to cry first. He was sleeping, mom doesn't do anything. So we are like that. We need to cry, we need to ask, so Imam will bring the milk to us. So there was a couple of things about the dua. The money part, it is up to you to not put any money, to put 1 paisa, 1 rupiah, as much as you want. There is no limit. You don't have to give anything if you don't want to, because that is not a requirement. Remember in our tariqah, and this is something you may want to write, there are only 3 things which is for us, compulsory in our tariqah. Only 3 things. And money is not one of them. That is dua, the son, and chandrat mallas. That is the only 3 things which is compulsory in our tariqah. Everything else is nawafil, up to you. Extraordinary service to Imam. If you want to do it, do it. But you do not have to do it. It's not compulsory. Dua Karani, even that is not compulsory. Tasbiyat, not compulsory. Majalis, not compulsory. Niyaz, not compulsory. Chanta, not compulsory. That is all there to help us improve ourselves. So if you wanted to go to the next level, then those are the tools that you can use to improve your spiritual life. Dua Karani, Majalis, Niyaz, Chanta. Everything is there for you to improve yourself, your spiritual life. But none of them are compulsory. So that's what it says about compulsory and voluntarily. What is compulsory? You have to give. There is no sawab. What did I say? What? What is compulsory? You have to do. There is no sawab.
इन उर्दू भी से जो फर्ज है वो तो कर्ज
जो फर्ज है वो कर्ज है. वो तो आपको देना ही है. It's like when I borrow money from you, If I give that money back to you, did I do you a favor? Because I borrowed that money from you, I have to give back to you. Imam has given us the time, the breath, the life, and in return, we have to give him those three things. Because he gave us money, we have to give the song. Because he gave us a recognition of Imam, we have to pray 3 times dua. And because this is the time of Qiyamah, he gave us Chanda and Majlis. So if you wanted to benefit in this time and in this era, then Chanda is for us, compulsory to survive in this time and age. Everything else we do is voluntarily. And when you do that, there is multiple sawab, more and more and more and more. Because you are doing something extraordinary. For example, bringing a gift. Gift is not compulsory, right? But when you do, what happens? The person feels good, he welcomes you in his home. He welcomes you in his home. So when we go to Imam and when we do voluntarily thing, meaning tasbiyat, dua karani, niyaz, chanta, anything we do, take Nandi with us, it makes Imam happy. And that is where we receive most of the blessing from the Imam. Even dua is a good deed, and we do receive some blessing. I would not say we don't receive anything. I just wanted to put that up front. Okay, that is something that you have borrowed from him, you have to return back to him. You have to give that to him. It is a force on you. So there's one Farman, and I was really shocked to hear that. Mullah said, it is not a mu'min who comes to Jamaatana every day and says dua. Mu'min is the one who does good deeds out of the ordinary. You see that? When you do something extraordinary, that qualifies you to be a mu'min. Because if he has given you money, you have to return back to him. He given you time, you have to return back. He given you money, you have to return back. You're not doing anything extraordinary at that point. Okay, come back to the dua and the part and the Mukhi Sahib. So when we see Mukhi Sahib or one of the other person in the other side of the part, why do we have to raise our hand? Why do we have to bow down to this person in front of us to ask for forgiveness? Can we not just ask for forgiveness from Hazimam directly? Why do we have to have this guy? Why? It is just like, can we not ask Allah for forgiveness directly? No, Allah says, if you ask Him for forgiveness, you have to come and find the wasila. What would you call wasila?
Means.
Intercessor.
Like a means or an intermediary.
Means.
Intercessor.
To come to me. Intermediary. Find the, and there's another ayat. It says, "Ya Rasul, Prophet Muhammad, take their sadaqah, the money, from them, and in return, pray for them so I may forgive them, and I may bless them, and I may give them a place in heaven." Look at this. There comes the money part. Take their money, sadaqah, and pray for them so I may forgive them. We are looking for intermediary, a means to connect to the Imam of the time. And Imam is that means to connect to the Nur of Allah. That is our religion. That's how we work. That's how we understand. Mukhi literally means Mukhi, the face of Imam. Imam's face in Jamatana is the Mukhi. And Mukhi is the one with the Amar. So at that time he is the Ulil Amar.
Subhanallah.
He in Jamatana is the Ulil Amar, the one with the Amar, one with the authority in English. So he has the authority to ask for forgiveness on our behalf, then Imam will forgive us. And I'm going to give you a very beautiful example. When Sultan Muhammad Shah, may our soul be sacrificed to him, when his mother passed away and her body was lying down in Jamathana, whole Jamaat was waiting for Mullah to come and give chata. When Mullah entered, he asked Mukhi Sahib, "Did you give chata to my mother?" Mukhi Sahib said, "No, Khudawand, I was waiting for you to give chata." What you know what Mullah says? "This is your Jamathana. You have the authority in Jamathana. You give chata to my mother."
Subhanallah.
That is the importance of Mukhi Sahib in Jamathana. Unfortunately, sometimes we don't understand, sometimes even Mukhi Kamla don't understand what is their position in Jamathana and what is the authority they hold. So we do not forget. Now, those people that are sitting on another parts, remember Mukhi Sahib gives the authority to those people. At that time they are sitting on the part, they have the authority just like Mukhi Sahib has the authority. After that, they don't. So it is a temporary assignment of authority that they have. They have a power of attorney at that time to sit on the part and ask Mullah for the forgiveness of our sin. Khana Vadan. Why does Imam say Khana Vadan 3 times? And why does Mukhi Sahib only say 2 times? Have you ever thought about that? Why does Mullah say Khana Vadan 3 times and Mukhi Sahib says 2 times? Any thoughts? Because human beings, we have a 3 lives that we are living together. 3 steps of life that we are living at the same time. A physical life, a spiritual life, an intellectual life. So Imam says, Khanavadan, your physical life. Khanavadan, your spiritual life. Khanavadan, for your intellectual life. So you may be abad on all 3 levels. All 3 levels. But Mukhi Sahib only said twice. Khanavadan, Khanavadan. No 3 times. Mukhi Sahib has the authority to say Khanavadan on physical life and spiritual life only, not on intellectual life. In our tariqah there is a word for it, and you all remember and heard it millions of times. Ya Mawla, tu hame zahiri, batini और नूरानी दीदार नसीब कर. ये जो नूरानी है ना ऑन टॉप, इट स्टैंड फॉर इंटेलेक्चुअल, और वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ इमाम के पास वो अथॉरिटी है, द नूरानी दीदार. Somebody may ask, what is the difference between spiritual दीदार and नूरानी दीदार? क्योंकि वो क्या बोलते हैं, ज़ाहिरी, बातिनी and नूरानी दीदार. Zahiri Didar, we all understand. Maulaba comes to Darbar, we all go there, and we have his physical Didar. Because seeing the face of Ali is just like seeing the face of Allah. Seeing the face of Maulaba is just like seeing the face of Ali, equal to face of Allah. Physically, we all understand. We don't have to explain. Because he is the manifestation of Allah. Seeing him is just like seeing Allah. Okay. Batini. What is Batini Didar? And by the way, it's not Batuni. Batuni means talkative. Batini means spiritual. Batini literally means the one you cannot see. Physically you cannot see. Batini. Inner. Spiritual. Okay? Batini Didar. Batini Didar is on the levels again. A Batini Didar, you can just close your eyes and see Malapa. Think of Malapa when he came to Darbar. He's not there physically, but you can see him. Just close your eyes and see him. That's one form of Batini Didar. Just one form. What is the second one? In your dreams. In your dream. That's the second one. What is the third one? In Ibadat. So we just covered 3 levels again. One, the first one, you invoke yourself. You close your eyes and you think. It is in your power to think of him and you see him physically. As what is possible for us? Because we are not that spiritually elevated. Only Didar we have possible is physical Didar. Just like that, in Batini Didar, only Didar is possible for us is just close our eyes and think of him. Because that is the one that is given us, it has given us that authority and the free will and the power to close our eyes and see him. But the other two is not in our hand. Meaning in dream, it is not in your hand to see Malapa in dream. It is his blessing that you see him in your dream. It is his blessing. And what about in Ibadat? It is his blessing, and when time comes, and when time is right, you will see him in your Ibadat. It could be in the form of his face, or the light, or the understanding. Again, 3 levels. Physical level is face. Light, spiritual. Understanding, intellectual. You see how every Didar is on 3 levels? Even in Batin there are 3 levels. Even in Ibadat there are 3 levels. You see that? So those are the only 2 things that Mukhi Sahib has given the authority to ask for and bless you with. Those 2. Zahiri and Batini Didar. इंटेलेक्चुअल दीदार के लिए जो खाना बताना है उसकी अथॉरिटी इमाम ने अपने हाथ में रखी है कि आई एम द ओनली वन हु हैव अथॉरिटी टू गिव यू दीदार ऑन द इंटेलेक्चुअल लेवल. You can imagine what kind of didar there would be on Nurani level, not Ruhani level, Nurani level. That is the most highest didar a mu'min can have. And inshallah, in some other class, we will explain this. Once we elevate ourselves a little bit, inshallah soon, we will discuss Nurani didar, intellectual didar. Okay. So those were the things that have to do with the part, Mukhi Sahib, and the other parts there. So we will stop at this point again. Inshallah, we will continue in our part 3. Thank you, Yali Madad.